Hey, this is Rick and welcome back to my channel. From time to time I put out a bunch of videos on whatever. My channel doesn't really cover anything in specific. It could be pets, it could be plants, it could be DIY projects, it could be anything. So you never know what I'm going to come out with next. Hey, that subscribe button's down there in the corner. Click that. It's going to be running throughout the video. That'll subscribe you to my channel. Hit that bell on the YouTube page and that'll give you anything new that I just put out. So let's get to it. Hey, it's Rick and welcome back to my channel. From time to time I do video reviews on different products. Most of the products I purchase myself. I will let you know if it was given to me or donated in some way. This I purchased. Got this from Amazon. You get it from Amazon, eBay. I'll put links at the bottom of the description here on YouTube and you can look them up. And if you do click those links, I appreciate it. A little bit of proceeds will go so that I can purchase more items to do reviews on. This is the Lodge cast iron skillet pan. It's supposedly pre-seasoned. It's made in Tennessee since 1896. It says tastes the natural difference of just iron and oil. Keep me in the family and out of the landfill. Get 125 years of experience at your fingertips. This is the 10.25 inch pan, which is 10 and a quarter. Get to know your new Lodge cookware. Cast iron cooking is so much more than type of cookware you use. It's an experience and relationship that will last beyond your lifetime. Ready to get started. It says, let's cook. It's already pre-seasoned, like we said. To clean it, you're just going to run some hot water in there. Great food makes great seasoning. Now, I have other pans. There's other reviews. I'll put links to them up there of the other pans that I've done before of cast iron. Now, cast iron is heavy for a lot of people, and that's the difficult part about cast iron. The cleanup is nice. And the non-stick portion of it, and you're not getting any of that Teflon or anything as it starts to break off on those non-stick pans, and you got to replace them every couple of years. And you can't use metal utensils. You have to have some kind of a spatula that is like a neoprene rubber or something like that, or a plastic that won't melt so that it doesn't damage a non-stick pan. You don't have to worry about that on this. You can use anything metal and you don't have to change your utensils. So to look this over, it says Lodge right there. And it looks like the form on it's pretty good. It's a little porous, and we'll have to see how that works out, if there's any factor in that. I see some little bubbling in there as it came out of the form. Overall, it's fairly smooth. Has a decent handle. It says Lodge on the back there. USA. Has a little ridge on there for your heating surface, I guess. But it's pretty solid. I would say it's roughly about a 1/4 inch thick. So it's a nice thick pan. And it's not real heavy. I don't have any way of actually checking it out. I mean, I do have some medical issues, so it's hard for me to use a lot of these pans, so that's why I'm going down to this 10 instead of the 12 and the 14 I have, because you have to use two hands. And even if you have to use two hands with this, it's nice because you have a handle right here. Now make sure that you use something so that you don't get burnt when the pan gets hot, to put underneath of both the handle and the extension handle over here to pick it up. But that helps you. I'm going to say this is weighing maybe around 5 pounds. And the handle's fairly long, even though I got big hands. I'll go ahead and measure that for you. So roughly where it starts to flare out, you've got about 4 inches. It's measuring at the widest part, about 1 3/8. Overall to the inside of the pan, 5 inches. And the outer surface, saying 10. So I'm not really sure how they're getting 1/4 out of that, unless they're going from the outside of the pan. That would be 10 1/4. Now if you go from the little pour spouts they have there, that's 10 1/4. So that's kind of a little bit misleading, because if you go from the inside of the pan where it starts to taper out, I'm looking at maybe 8.5 inches. So in other words, you're getting 8.5 inches in this surface area here, and then as it starts to taper up the sidewall here, you move out to the 10. See, 10 inches is right on the inside there, so I'm not sure how they're getting a 10 1/4. I have to bring this up with the manufacturer, or maybe somebody can email me and let me know how they're measuring that pan. If they're measuring from outside to outside, like I said, it's coming out to about actually 10 3/8. So I don't know where that measurement's coming from. So on the bottom here, this inner ring coming out to about 7 5/8. And like I said, that cooking surface can't be any more than 8.5 from what I'm looking at here, because the sidewall is about a 1/4 inch thick. So I don't know how they get away with 10 1/4, but hopefully somebody from the manufacturer will contact us, or somebody that knows about these better than I do can tell me how they're coming up with 10 1/4. They clearly have it stated there, 10 1/4, and I just measured it. So unless I'm a complete idiot when it comes to measuring these days, after 30 years in the construction business, somebody tell me why that doesn't come out the same. But this will work in my application anyway. Not a knock on the pan. Like I said, it does have these pour spouts where it's extruded out a little bit here, and you can see right there, so that when you have it, you can pour out your grease or whatever it is you have in there. Now, I do recommend these little pot holders. They'll slip over the side here of the handle, and then that'll keep you from getting burnt. I also have a video on them, on these pot holders. They're actually made by Lodge. There's a link up there. I'll put it up there. Check that out, that review. Let me know what you think of it. So according to this, they say it's pre-seasoned. So let's get to the point we really want to see. I'm going to do some eggs in here. I'm going to slowly bring the temperature up and we'll see how it works out. Okay, so I'm using a gas burner stove here. You may have an electric stove, and with regular pans, you want to try to bring the temperature up slowly. And then once you get up to temperature, you're ready to cook. So I've already got the burner on and we're bringing it up to temperature. The trick with these pans to know that they're hot enough, you want to get a little bit of water. I'm not going to put any non-stick sprays or anything on this, and we're going to try it just as the season has in there now, that it's pre-seasoned, and we're going to test how good the pre-seasoning is. And of course, if it doesn't work out, then I'll have to go through seasoning the pan myself by baking it in the oven and going through that procedure. So let's test it. Got a little napkin here with a little water, and you can see it's starting to come up. So we know the pan's ready. I've already prepared some egg and some ham and some vegetables for an omelet. A little bit of butter. So here we go. We have the pan going now, and I'm going to be honest with you, I'm seeing some sticking here. So I don't know about the pre-seasoned aspect of this. It's sticking pretty good. So after this is done, I'm going to go through and pre-season this myself. So that claim isn't the greatest. My other pans, no problem at all. And I've got some other ones that are pretty decent. But you can see it's starting to stick. So I'm just being truthful here. Now maybe once we pre-season this, it may be a good pan, I may have to take a grinder to it, because maybe that little bumps and little porous surface there might be catching it. That'll work. It's still better and healthier than a non-stick pan that's got some kind of coating on it, because you're going to get iron in there, and if you're deficient in iron, you're going to pick it up through your pan here, which is great. Yeah, I'll even turn it off. The handle's not too hot to where I can't hold on to it. So the bottom surface of that pan gotten hot real quick, being a smaller pan rather than a larger surface pan. And I only had it on like 2 here, 2.5, and that wasn't real hot for a gas stove. But it'll work for now. Okay, so before all the haters out there go crazy on me, I decided to go ahead and use some canola oil, and I greased that pan really, really good. That's a 10-inch pan. And I decided I'd make some pancakes, so I mixed up some pancakes in my blend tech, some protein pancakes. And I went ahead and started a pancake, and immediately stuck. And I had to scrape the heck out of the bottom of that pan. So I'm going to say, before you use these pans, even though they say pre-seasoned, go ahead and do the bake method in your oven and season them yourself, and then go ahead and put more oil on there. So I wanted to show you, I did do it that way to see if it was my problem, because I just went with the seasoned pan and didn't put any oil in it. So this time I did. Now here, this is my Bayou pan, and this is the 12, and I'm going to finish out my pancakes in this because that was a fail for right now. So I just wanted to let you know that. So hey, thanks for watching. Please subscribe. Hit that subscribe button down there at the bottom. Share with your friends, your family. Give me a like, thumbs up. Let YouTube know that you like our videos. Take care. Hey, once again, thanks for watching. I really appreciate it. Do me a favor, click that button down there at the bottom, that subscribe button. You never know what kind of video I'm going to come up with next. Please share with your family and your friends. Give me a thumbs up. Give me some feedback. Let me know how you make out with your project or how you like this video. Take care.